The joy of life is a sunrise stretched into infinity, an unbroken river of golden syllables spilling over the rim of the horizon, a trumpet blast of color announcing, "Wake up, everything still matters." It is the quiet conspiracy between dawn and heartbeat, the gentle rebellion of a pulse that refuses to surrender its rhythm, the whispered secret that every breath is a standing ovation from the universe. Joy is not timid. It is thunder disguised as birdsong, a carnival of yeses parading through the bloodstream, unapologetic, uncontainable, unfazed by the grim forecasts of fear. Joy is that first inhale when you step outside and the air tastes new, like the earth baked fresh overnight and set out on the windowsill of existence just for you to sample. It is the delicious impossibility of light slipping between the bars of circumstance, painting murals on every wall prison guards called permanent. It is the grin hiding in the corner of ordinary moments, waiting to photobomb your seriousness, to scribble graffiti on your gloom that reads, "Your life is a masterpiece in progress. Try not to blink and miss the brush strokes." Joy is the reckless optimism of seeds. Hold one in your palm. It looks like punctuation at the end of a sentence no one remembers. Plant it, and suddenly you've unleashed a biography of forests, chapters of roots, volumes of branches, whole generations of leaves drafting green love letters to the sky. Joy is small but speaks fluent expansion. Joy is a toddler's laugh, the kind that detonates in the diaphragm and ricochets off the walls, a sonic reminder that nothing is as contagious as wonder. It is a grandmother's hum while stirring soup, seasoning the silence with memories you never lived yet somehow taste like home. It is friends who show up at your door with pizza in hand and nowhere to be, decreeing your living room a kingdom where time must remove its crown and kneel before the holy rite of hanging out. Joy is the miracle of fingers, 10 tiny superheroes capable of composing symphonies on pianos, braiding hair, tying shoelaces, wiping tears, writing freedom into journals, or simply interlocking with another hand in the ancient sacrament of "I'm here." It's the whole body standing ovation when you remember how many ways there are to say "I love you" without speaking. Joy is rain on a tin roof, syncopated percussion, reminding the world to dance even when skies weep. It is puddles that invite boots to become drumsticks, splashing rhythms on grey sidewalks until the day admits color again. It is the sudden duet of thunder and laughter, and the first plump drop that lands on your cheek like a kiss from weather itself. Joy is finding a note you wrote to your future self and discovering you have become the person you hoped you'd dare to be. It is memory curated into proof that growth happened quietly, like bones lengthening while you slept, like wisdom rising in increments too small to measure until kindness fits you like a tailored suit. Joy is the scent of coffee wrapping morning in a hug, the warmth of a mug reminding hands they are temples of sensation, the steam ascending like prayers that taste of roasted possibility. It is the crackle of bread crust, the pop of corn kernels exploding into white fireworks, the sizzle of garlic meeting oil. Culinary alchemy praising the everyday altar of appetite. Joy is music, that impossible math where vibrations become emotion, where drums translate heartbeat into language, where brass teaches lungs to exhale glory, where string instruments pull light through catgut and make photons cry from the beauty of resonance. It is a playlist that resurrects summers you thought were lost, friends you thought were gone, versions of you that still know the choreography of freedom. Joy is books, entire civilizations pressed between two covers, portals disguised as nouns and verbs, anchors for minds drifting in the sea of monotony. It is the hush of libraries, cathedrals where ideas pray, and the smell of pages, paper breathing stories into nostrils, telling you even silence is multilingual. Joy is the mathematics of kindness, subtracting loneliness, multiplying hope, dividing burdens, adding smiles, and finding the remainder is always gratitude. It is the geometry of generosity, how a single gesture angles someone's trajectory until they intersect with brighter coordinates. Joy is nature refusing to audition for worthiness, mountains standing regal without asking permission to be majestic, oceans roaring lullabies for continents that forget they are afloat. Fireflies copying the constellations so kids can read the night at eye level, trees translating wind into choreography, teaching roots and leaves the dialect of sway. Joy is learning to savor the comma between inhale and exhale, that microsecond where nothing is expected of you but to exist. It is exhaling and letting go of what you cannot shape, inhaling and welcoming what shapeshifts you. It is the revelation that lungs are hourglasses flipping constantly, measuring the sand of seconds so you remember to treasure each grain. Joy is a candle in blackout, tiny flames schooling darkness on the science of persistence, whispering size is not the same as significance. It is city skylines at night, neural networks of light connecting dreams across miles, proof that ambition can glow through concrete. It is rural starfields, pinpricks of infinity, reminding humanity that we're both small and spectacular. Joy is the art of noticing, the forgotten flower growing from sidewalk cracks, the way strangers' footsteps compose percussion on subway platforms, the perfect comedic timing of a squirrel that decides the crosswalk is its runway just as traffic lights change. It is collecting these moments like rare stamps, licking the adhesive of awe, and posting gratitude to the address of your own heart. Joy is forgiveness, exhaling the poison you drank hoping it would hurt someone else, realizing peace tastes better than vindication. It is the spine straightening when shame slides off your shoulders because you finally learned mistakes are professors, not prison guards. It is compassion boomeranging back to you each time you throw it into the hunger of another's hurt. Joy is sleep after hard work, the body's curtain call, muscles bowing to applause of rest. It is dreams, midnight movies where subconscious directors stage avant-garde hope, screening potential plots for tomorrow's courage. It is waking to realize sunrise renewed the subscription to possibility, and your membership is paid in full by existence. Joy is perspective, how a detour becomes a scenic route when you switch from scarcity lens to abundance panorama. It is the mental flip where rain clouds are loaned umbrellas, where traffic jams are playlists extended, where endings are prologues in disguise. Joy is laughter, a riot in the gut staging a coup against solemnity, a jailbreak where giggles pick the locks on rigid ribs, a confetti cannon of sound declaring surrender to delight. It is humor, finding the joke in the cosmic punchline that life is both fragile and infinitely durable. It is comedy, alchemizing pain into punchlines, spitting in the face of despair with a grin so wide suffering can't maintain its poker face. Joy is courage, stepping onto shaky stages, speaking your name with uncracked voice, signing lease to your own worth even when creditors of doubt pound on the door. It is vulnerability, inviting others into the living room of your mess, trusting they'll wipe their feet on empathy before entering. It is authenticity, wearing your soul like skin, letting flaws breathe, letting brilliance shine, letting opinions fall where they may while you rise. Joy is love, not the Hollywood fireworks that fizzle after credits roll, but the steady ember that keeps handing out warmth even when winds howl. It is partnership, two stories intertwining into a novel of us, editing each other's run-on fears, highlighting each strength in boldface. It is friendship, chosen family binding wounds with inside jokes, summoning smiles with a single shared glance. It is self-love, standing in mirrors, saluting every scar like a medal, saying, "Thank you for proof of survival." Joy is creativity, ideas hatching like fireworks, imaginations spilling technicolor paint over the grayscale of routine. Joy is resilience, the phoenix claws in your DNA guaranteeing rebirth, the elasticity of spirit snapping you back from the edge with greater stretch. Joy is gratitude, the currency that never inflates, the economy where giving spends itself into more. It is listing blessings until the page runs out of ink, then realizing the heart has infinite supply. It is thankfulness spilling from lips like jazz improvisation, riffing on the chords of everything good until the audience of circumstances joins the standing ovation. Joy is legacy, planting trees whose shade you may never sit under, writing footnotes for futures that may never know your name but will breathe easier because you existed. It is mentoring, extending ladders down into pits you climbed out of so new climbers can skip the scraping of knees you endured. It is parenting, biological, spiritual, communal, guarding the flame of innocence so generations can light torches. Joy is stillness, the hush between waves where revelation works night shift, the pregnant pause where God inhales before new genesis, the blank measure in music where anticipation vibrates louder than sound. It is meditation, mind unclenching fists, thoughts lining up like kindergartners waiting for recess in the playground of clarity. Joy is motion, bicycle wheels slicing wind, jogging feet drumming gratitude on pavement, dance floors rewriting gravity with each spin, swimming bodies turning water into liquid applause. It is adventure. Maps unfolded, passports stamped, roads trailed by dust that for centuries will whisper someone dared to wander. Joy is community. Voices harmonizing difference into choir, difficult conversations forging empathy's steel, potlucks proving love tastes like shared recipes, protests proving hope marches louder than despair. Joy is possibility. Every unopened door politely waiting to be pushed, every unwritten story wagging its tail like a puppy, every new skill stalking curiosity with playful intent. Joy is mystery. Walking by faith flashlight, trusting the path appears underfoot, finding excitement in not knowing yet, celebrating the plot twists because predictability is the enemy of wonder. Joy is destiny, an ancient echo bouncing inside ribs, guiding choices like a cosmic GPS, recalculating after every wrong turn, whispering, arriving is less important than awakening. Joy is presence, showing up with eyes wide, ears unclogged by assumptions, hands free of yesterday's residue, heart tuned to the frequency of now. Joy is life, undiluted, uncensored, undefeated. It is the exclamation point at the end of being, the laughter in the logic of existence, the music sheet on which consciousness scribbles crescendos. So sip it slow, this nectar called today. Let it coat your tongue with astonishment. Let it trickle down throat into soul. Let it ferment into testimony. Swallow the sunlight, digest the rain, metabolize the miracles. Feel the fizz of aliveness carbonating your cells. Then pour it out. Spill joy on sidewalks till strangers slip into smiles. Toss handfuls like confetti at funerals of despair. Brew it into tea for those shivering in anxiety. Pipe it through speakers for ears allergic to hope. Wrap it in letters for hearts that forgot their address. Let your life be a glass raised high in eternal toast to the joy that outlives sorrow, outshines shadow, outlasts night, outruns fear, and outloves everything. And when the final minute of this hour arrives, when clocks lower their voices and time hangs its hat, let joy be the encore that refuses to leave the stage, the melody that follows people home. The feather of laughter they find on their pillow in the morning, proof that happiness visited and intends to stay. Because the joy of life is not a moment, it is the marrow of moments, the drum inside seconds, the pulse inside breath, the light inside sight, the reason inside being, the answer to the question, why keep going? We keep going because joy has not finished writing its love letter to existence, and it signed our names in the closing salutation, inked in heartbeat, sealed in hope, delivered in person by every new sunrise. So live forward in full color, laugh toward the horizon, love wider than parameters, and let the joy of life be the soundtrack that carries you ever onward, ever upward, ever deeper into the wild, wondrous gift of being alive.